May 30th, 2026. The Puskás Arena in Budapest. Over 61,000 fans are packed inside to watch the 71st final of Europe's premier club competition. For Paris Saint-Germain, this is a chance to prove their post-superstar era is no fluke. Moving on from the age of Messi and Mbappé, they've arrived with a cohesive, younger unit. Arsenal is chasing a historic double after finally ending their 22-year Premier League title drought. But the pre-match scripts are torn up just 6 minutes in. A clearance from PSG's Marquinhos deflects off Leandro Trossard, sending the ball spinning back into the PSG third. Kai Havertz pounces, driving 40 yards into the box. From a tight angle, he fires a high drive past Matvei Safonov, putting Arsenal ahead. Havertz becomes only the third player in history to score in a Champions League final for a second club, having already delivered the winner for Chelsea 5 years ago. For Arsenal, it's the perfect start, but it creates a physical dilemma. Coming off a grueling title race, they must decide: keep pushing or retreat and survive for 84 minutes. Mikel Arteta chooses survival. As this tactical diagram shows, Arsenal shifts into a compressed low block, packing all 11 players into the bottom third to save their legs and close every central lane. PSG responds by dominating possession, holding over 70% of the ball, but they spend the rest of the half circulating it in a harmless U-shape around the perimeter of that red block. It's a gamble. By the half, Arsenal's defense has held firm, but they've surrendered the initiative entirely, setting up a second-half siege where they'll have to absorb a relentless possession engine. In the second half, PSG raises the stakes. They push their pressing lines higher, trapping Arsenal in their own third, and effectively killing any chance for an English counterattack. The orchestrator of this pressure is Vitinha. He dictates the tempo from the middle, methodically dragging Arsenal's tired midfield back and forth until the gaps begin to show. The breakthrough comes in the 61st minute. Kvaratskhelia isolates Christian Mosquera on the wing, drives into the area, and draws a desperate sliding foul. Ousmane Dembélé takes the penalty, calmly sending David Raya the wrong way to level the score. With the match tied at 1-1, Arsenal's containment strategy is shattered. The game stops being a tactical chess match and becomes a raw test of physical endurance. Extra time arrives and the disparity in energy becomes glaring. Arsenal, who spent the last 9 months fighting a high-intensity battle for the English League, hasn't managed a single shot on target since their opening goal. PSG nearly ends it twice. Kvaratskhelia rattles the post in the 77th minute, and Barcola fires into the side netting deep in stoppage time. The tension boils over when Arsenal is denied a late penalty after Noni Madueke goes down in the box. The ensuing protests result in yellow cards for Declan Rice and a frustrated Mikel Arteta. This chart highlights the statistical imbalance. PSG's 21 attempts on goal and 72% possession tell the story of a team that had the fresh legs to maintain an assault for 120 minutes. Despite the one-sided stats, 120 minutes of play ends in a stalemate. The final will be decided by a shootout, a psychological lottery where fatigue often dictates the result. The atmosphere turns hostile as the teams line up for spot kicks under a cloud of red flares and waving flags in the PSG end. PSG takes an early lead after successful strikes from Ramos and Doué. Arsenal's Eberechi Eze tries a hesitating stutter step run-up, but the keeper refuses to bite, and Eze drags his shot wide. David Raya keeps Arsenal alive by saving Nuno Mendes' attempt, pulling the shootout back into a momentary balance. Successive conversions from Rice, Hakimi, Martinelli, and Beraldo push the score to 4-3. Arsenal is now in a sudden death scenario. With their primary penalty takers already substituted due to exhaustion, centre-back Gabriel Magalhaes is forced to take the fifth kick. He strikes it with power, but the ball sails high over the crossbar. Paris Saint-Germain wins the shootout 4-3, retaining their crown and becoming only the second club in the Champions League era to win back-to-back titles. For Arsenal, the loss highlights the difficulty of a dual-front campaign. After a grueling season that brought them a Premier League title, the lack of a single shot on target after the 6th minute suggests a squad that had simply reached its physical limit. Luis Enrique now cements his place in history, winning his 3rd Champions League title as a manager. This victory validates the club's structural shift. By moving away from the era of individual superstars and building around a disciplined, cohesive squad, PSG has found a level of consistency that their previous star-studded rosters lacked. PSG's win in Budapest shows that even when a defensive structure holds firm for 2 hours, the title often goes to the side with the depth and the energy to sustain the siege until the very last kick.